Howdy, howdy, howdy. What is going on, y'all? So, what's been going on in my life is I'm getting into volleyball now. Not like playing it. I probably won't play it for a while if I ever do play it. But what's been going on is I've been watching this anime called Haikyuu. Haikyuu. I don't know how you say it, but it's pretty much you follow this guy named Hinata, this little ginger dude, and he's a spiker. He's the best decoy of all time. That's pretty much what I'll tell you about it. But I just watched like 2 minutes of an actual volleyball game. Barely any difference, dude. It's bad because I can't say the full word because I gotta wait till a minute of my videos pass before I get like slandered for that. But pretty much volleyball is goated. If that's a sport that I could play somewhere, I'd probably start. I don't know about anytime soon, but you never know. But what's going on for today is back day. So back, triceps, glutes, and hammies, with mixing with a little bit of sprinkling of calves and shoulders, which I might just do like a superset of shoulders and calves on stuff, which I also got to figure out where I'm doing that, when I'm doing that also, because it's I'm on like a crazy time crunch today, but still don't want to like be in the gym for 3 hours. That's the only part about this split is you do a lot all in one day. Like no matter how many sets you do, you're still doing like 5 muscle groups, and unless you're doing one set of muscle group, it's kind of hard to make it sometimes under 45 minutes, and that's kind of what I need, right? So, and I don't want to like not do anything. Like I don't want to not do hamstrings. I don't want to not do glutes. I don't want to not do like, definitely don't want to do back, or I definitely not, does that make sense? I definitely do not want to do, I think that made sense, back or triceps. Those are like, if you're skipping upper body lifts, that's like crazy. I can understand you skipping legs. I can't understand it. Like I understand why you would, but personally I don't like skipping lower days. But I could never understand anybody skipping upper days. Like that just makes no sense to me. Like you're going into the gym and you're like, man, I just don't want to hit chest. Who says that? I think even women like hitting chest. Like my girl, she likes hitting chest and back. That's like some of her favorite stuff, Her least favorite stuff is she says is legs, but she still does it when she has to, when it comes around. So, So, with that being said, y'all, I'm not gonna leave you guys with nothing much more. So, I'll see you guys in the gym. Alrighty, so first exercise of the day is going to be a RDL. This is pretty much just a deadlift. It's called Romanian deadlift for a longer term. But all you're going to be doing is not touching the floor and making sure you're getting a deep stretch on the way down, having it controlled the whole time. But I did these after a couple sets of, failed attempts at lower back extension, so I'm a little weaker than I thought I'd be on these. But what I mean by failed is they just kept falling out of my hands, so I don't want to put this in the videos. Moving along now to an upper mid-back row. We're going to be making sure our elbows are flat out, really contracting and retracting on the way back, making sure we're detracting and getting a deep stretch on the way back, or on the way down, closer shrugs. But we're going to be doing a drop set, and I like to do drop sets if I really didn't feel it a whole lot, or I just didn't get enough reps. So I get like 4 or 5 reps. And like if I don't feel it enough, usually that just means I didn't get like a good enough squeeze or something, or like, I'm not really getting the best pump out of it, you could say. So that's one of the reasons why I do drop sets, just to get a little bit more out of it too. Now we're moving along to wide grip pull downs, and what this is going to hit rather than the normal kind of pull downs, you're going to be hitting more lower lats and teres minor and stuff, but just trying to failure for 1 set, y'all. That's about it. if you want those thick looking arms, man, you got to be hitting triceps. You know, they make up 2/3 of your arm, so that's about 66% of your arm, 67, yeah, 67% of your arm. Well, we're just making sure we're going to be trained to failure for 2 sets on these. This is going to be mainly hitting that lateral head of the tricep, which is that outside part of the tricep. But anytime you're hitting triceps, which is any type of extension, you're going to be hitting every head of the tricep. I can't say that clear enough. Like, I know a lot of people, they want to individually hit parts of their biceps, triceps, quads, whatever. Just hit the whole thing, man. Why wouldn't you want to hit the whole thing entirely, too? It takes less time that way. Alright, I hope this sounds a little bit clearer, but now we're going to be hitting the rear deltoid and a little bit of traps and a little bit of, just about traps and rear delts. But making sure we're going to be doing it this way, you'll see what the difference is. So we're having the grip like this, and then we're going to be training to like this. So that hits more traps like that, and the other way hits a little bit more rear delts. But we're going to be training to failure, and for 2 sets, y'all. Training hard and heavy. All right, moving on to one of the last things of today. This is the second to last, but we got hamstring curls. Make sure you're training heavy and hard with these, and find a good machine where you can get a deeper stretch. This machine wasn't giving me the deepest stretch, but we're still going to train and get a good squeeze to the top. But make sure your feet are close in together, and just train to failure, y'all. Now, lastly for the day, we're going to be training the glutes, and we're going to make sure we're training heavy and hard once again, getting a good squeeze and stretch on the way in and on the way out. But nothing really else to it, y'all. This is it for today. All right, y'all. We're done. We're out of there. But now I'm going to start doing the sauna, right? Because my gym has a sauna, and I'm going to where the workers are there. Because my gym is a private gym, so workers leave, and then the sauna and stuff closes. Not the gym, but the sauna. And I personally love the sauna. It's good for your VO2 max, because it's harder to breathe. It's good just to relax in there. It cleans your pores out, helps you get a little bit leaner because you're losing water weight, and whatnot. But the one thing I like to do to keep focused in the sauna, because after like 7 minutes of the sauna, if you're wearing like tight stuff like a compression shirt or, darker clothes or whatever, it gets hot and it gets hard to breathe and stuff, and you need to focus. Not like meditate. I mean, some people stay in there for 20, 30 minutes, and I bet by then you kind of have to. But I always like to just keep one thought in my head, and I like to think about it like a philosophical thought, or something I think about life, or what I think about a certain decision I did, or something about an opinion I have. I always just like to keep one thing in my head to keep focused. And today it was, what does winning mean to me? And I'm still trying to understand it fully too. Now, at first I was thinking, okay, well, winning in a sport's the easiest. It's whoever scores the most, whoever scores the least, if you're doing golf. Like, whoever just wins is super simple in sports, right? And then I thought about, what does it mean to win at life? Because for some people, it's gaining a bunch of money. It's, getting closer to family. It's, achieving a personal goal. And then I thought again, well, what if I'm in the gym? And winning technically would maybe be getting a PR and a lift. But let's say I don't get a PR and a lift. Let's say I just fail the lift 2 reps before I actually achieve my PR. Is it still failing? No, because I tried my hardest. So I personally believe that it doesn't matter about your succession rate, right? Like, that goes in the hand. Like, you need to be successful to win. But I personally think if you don't try, you're not going to achieve the things you want to, or you're not going to get to where you want to be. So I personally think the one thing that is winning is just not giving up and giving it your all. That's what winning is. Because if you can't just take, if I work more, then I'll have a little less time for my family or the gym or something. If I take more time for my family, I have a little less time to work or to work out. Or if I take more time in the gym, I have a little less time to work and I have a little less time to be with my family. It's like sacrificing. So, the reality is, just give it your all. Give it every little thing that you can. That is what winning is. It's not some sort of materialistic thing. It's not some sort of like crazy baffling thing like, light bulb switch in your head. It's literally just trying your best. Even if you got second, if you tried harder than the guy who got first, I personally think you're going to win. And you won. And what I mean by you're going to win is next time, let's say you're in a race. The guy who beat you is genetically just more superior to you. But I believe next year, when you race again, you will win. You will be better. Because that guy's like, I'm just genetically better than this guy. I can just half-ass it and I can just breeze along. And then the race comes around and guess what? You win. And he's like, how did that happen? Because you tried. He didn't. That's the only difference. It's not some sort of like crazy, baffling thing. As long as you try, and you try your absolute best at everything, and that's literally everything. Gym, family, work, as long as you do your best, you're winning. That's personally what I think. And I think that's not going to change for a while. So, I hope you guys have a very good day. I didn't say the very best day. I hope you guys have I was going to say very best day. I hope you guys have the best day possible. That's more what I was trying to figure out how to say. Till next time. Bye-bye.